All right. Well, like I said, I don't have any notes anymore because they got deleted. So I only remember the last bit where we found Howard and Crescent knocked out after Ariel went looking for them. Well, strolling around. They were trying to get the gold in order to pay the crew, and we dragged them back to the ship, where eventually the crew came and they were pissed that they weren't getting paid. Uh, Lothar paid a visit to the chapel for what would you call it? Repentance?
Confession.
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 Beneficial.
Use your terms properly.
Apologies, Your Holiness.
Terms,
Um,
not germs.
Eventually, Ariel fetched Lothar back to the ship where the crew was getting more and more angry, and eventually Lothar convinced the crew that healing the captains was probably the best shot at getting paid. So Ariel and Lothar went off to back to the chapel with Crescent and Howarth, I believe. I think you took both to heal
What?
them up.
Oh yeah, at the end.
And Torbjorn noticed someone and decided to follow him, but I don't know who or why or what because it's no longer in my notes. That's about as much as I can tell.
Who wants to add more for context?
I don't even know what I did in the first half of the
So
session.
it was the strange man from the Black Rose that
Right.
decided to recruit most of the crew. You decided to follow him to like make sure he was fine. Me and you decided before that stayed with the ship to try and see if the fake Crescent and Howarth come back to escape on the ship. When you went to follow them, I decided to try and find a way to get the ship in the air, but Izzy decides to point a blade in the back into my back. She's not stab me, but like put it there.
She keeps doing that. It's so rude.
She's mean.
That reminds me that we spent the first
That's how
half
the
of the
session ended.
session at a festival with food that would otherwise spoil because of the flash flood.
And I thought that was the bit you'd remember the most, but guess
Yeah.
what? You know.
No, it's the first half of the session, which is the one I forget. Apparently.
Okay. As you will.
Real Crescent also blames Izzy for attacking them as well.
Real Crescent blames Izzy. I know this is from your perspective, but where are you getting that from?
On the ship where Ariel cast Cure Wounds, Crescent coughed up some white liquid with a very confused kind of face.
So that was where you found them in the warehouse.
Yes, and said it was Izzy. Crescent said it was Izzy.
And the reason for suspecting Crescent, I believe, is that with the Detect Magic one, Crescent had a slight glow during our nightly watch.
Yeah, so I had the one still, so I casted it. I used Revelio on Crescent, and she had nothing. And the Crescent that was on the ship on the night watch had a magic glow, so I was suspecting that the other Crescent was the fake Crescent. Real Crescent said it was Izzy that did the attack. Whole mess.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, I think it would be poignant to make several assumptions here. So, Lothar, you successfully head back to the chapel, hire the priest for a night's worth of healing for the two captains under your instruction, with two other members of the crew, whom, after dropping them off here, promptly say they're not doing anything else for free, and head on back into town. Corbin, you would pursue Bruce and his elderly companion through several back streets, leading out into a large, prominent-looking either townhouse, courthouse, assembly building. This is looks like a public building, though you see it's closed off. A large fort gate before it opens as the two step inside before it's closed behind them. As you approach sort of from the shadows of how far back you were keeping, you can see this gate is guarded, manned, at least 2 watchmen on the inside, and as you can see them making their way up the steps of this courtyard, there's a bit of a floral decorative, not too much, as they are heading towards a large set of double doors, which are also manned. As they are let inside, they leave your sights.
I will note the location of this entrance before heading
Yep.
back to the ship.
Okay. It's somewhat out of town towards the southwest.
Southwest.
Yeah. Ariel, I think you went with Sir Lothar, didn't you?
Yes, to the chapel.
Okay. Do you tend to the healing and help expedite this?
Yeah.
Okay. So you help applying the various herbs and medicines. With that, you will learn that this white liquid that they keep occasionally coughing up, the priest says he's seen it a few times,
Oh, okay. What is it?
and he expresses it's some kind of paralytic toxin. He suspects it's magically casted, but he doesn't know much else. He doesn't know what kind of creature would create such a toxin. So he concludes it must be some kind of spell.
So, is it fixable? Can you?
Yes. He explains that most victims enter prolonged states of paralysis, and if untended to, effectively just die from asphyxiation. Those who recover from it do suffer from periods of amnesia.
Oh, fantastic. Even if they come back to, there is no way of telling. They might not know what happened to them. Great.
On the ship, Valdrith, a collapsed Izzy lies before you in a ever-growing puddle of white liquid. What
They
do you
got
do?
you too. I will use my lesser restoration.
Okay. That frees her from her paralyzed condition. Does she heal at all? Any healing points?
Not from that, no.
No. Okay. So she's still unconscious.
And
She's no
then
longer
I
paralyzed.
will use Cure Wounds.
Okay. As she comes back to consciousness, she gets a few words out before collapsing again. But you feel her heartbeat goes from almost undetectable to stable. And she just says, "They're coming. We must find it."
Find what?
The Residy. And I saw you here.
Oh, the Residium. God, you know what?
Where's this kill switch in there to get the ship up in the air? I'm not fighting these buggers on my own.
She's out cold. She doesn't get any more, unfortunately. I will say, to pull today to a close, Voldreth, you're unable to locate sort of like the ignition to these engines. But I would remind you all that the group had originally intended to reconvene once all things had been settled back at the Iron Anchor, the tavern, to which you have pre-reserved at least one night stay. If no one has any other business, we will pick up there.
What is the crew doing? Is the crew leaving the ship?
Crew has already dispersed. Several were taken off and pursued Bruce, which you would have, sorry, yes, you would have observed that he took them to a building first where many of the crew seemed to be enrolling in something. It seemed to be like a sign-up venue, names noted on a list kind of deal, before generally just dispersing afterwards.
Okay. Nothing else on my part.
I want to set up spirit guardians around the ship.
Okay, you do so.
Ooh. And then,
You want to put a trap down?
I want to put a trap. I assume the entrance to the ship is like a single plank.
A gangplank, but there
Yeah.
are, there's more than one way on to get on board. It's a case of where do you want
Sure,
to be
but
alerted if
the
someone
the
does.
normal way to get on board with it being docked would be the gangplank.
Yes.
I will put I will discuss with Voldred after he puts his spirit guardians up that we leave the ship, and I will put a snare on the ship's side of the gangplank.
Okay. All right.
I can't leave the ship with my spirit guardians there.
Oh,
I need to be concentrating.
I
I'm not
see.
leaving, is he? Go get the others and bring them back. We got some Residium to find.
Aye, you got it.
If it goes in the wrong hands, oh, it's a big bomb.
All right, I'll be back.
Okay.
It'd be like the 9th of November all over again, if you remember.
Should I remember?
What's his Guy Torburn and Voldreth Fawkes? You
No, that's the 5th of November.
know.
You know what I'm doing.
I was trying to give you an out. Never mind. All right. So, Silothar, Ariel, as you're sat waiting at a table, Torburn barges in and announces you're needed back at the ship.
Alright, let's go. I think the chaplain can take care of these.
Are
Two
we
friends of ours.
in the tavern now, or did I go to the chapel?
I would have presumed tavern.
Okay, so you left them at the chapel.
Yeah, they're
Okay.
already gone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go. What the hell is going on?
I wish I knew. Izzy is puking up white liquid, and Voldred stayed behind the ship to guard it, but who knows what might happen.
You found Izzy as well?
Yeah. So,
well,
we best hurry before shit hits the fan.
yeah, lead the way.
Valdreth, your spirit guardians would detect, assuming you permitted and granted passage to your normal companions, a presence at the top of the vessel.
of normal companions or not normal companions?
Well, as you detect the triggering of it, if you were to come up, you would see Torbrun, Ariel, Solothar, and just in tow, just basically.
Oh, thank God it's you guys.
Anything happen in between me leaving?
Not yet. I've looked for the Sidian. Can't find it.
Residium?
Yeah, he said we need to find the Resid, and then she passed out again.
Well, but why would it be on the ship though? Doesn't matter. So what's next? We just.
So you make your way into the captain's chambers as you have this conversation.
Mm-hmm.
You, for one, Torbrun, would certainly have a key.
I would have what?
You would have a key to the captain's chambers.
Right.
So
I am gonna prepare the dodge action in case those gun traps trigger.
as you open the door, you get out the way. As you failed to disarm them, but yes, you. They only have 2 rounds each, and seem to be reloading as you make your way inside.
Reloading. Oh boy, I'm getting out of the way. I assume there's a desk in here.
There is.
I will investigate the desk for any notes of items that catch my eye.
Okay, make an investigation roll.
Yeah.
Bearing in mind, this is a well-kept, tidy desk. There's no loose paperwork on it on its site. You're more looking to see what's inside the drawers, and
With a 1.
unfortunately, with a 1,
Getting the bad rolls out of the way.
you're not seeing anything that catches your eye. Even as you open the first, top 2 drawers on each side that are unlocked, you get to the bottom. There's 2 locked drawers on either side.
I get
But
distracted by the
you're rifling
drawer.
through. There's nothing that's standing out.
I get distracted by the cabinet that I found my clothes in.
Uh-huh.
Well, now what? Hmm.
We're all together right now, or is it just you
Yep,
guys?
all of you are now in
We're
the
all-
captain's lobby. So,
What exactly are we trying to accomplish, gentlemen?
I wish I could tell you. We're looking for Residium according to, well, Izzy, I guess.
Well,
On the
think
ship,
about
in the
it.
city.
If the people that coming back get a Residium, how explosive it was.
Where is Izzy? Where did you?
we'll say she's on the captain's bed, just lying there. She's unconscious.
Fair enough. Lothar is going to approach her and use lay on hands for 5 points to attempt to remove any effects of poison that she might be feeling.
Okay. Well, she was already cleansed of her condition, but this won't do any bad, so won't harm.
Could just give
As you
her
pump.
HP if there's no condition.
Okay, well in that case, I'll just give her the HP.
Okay.
Come on, Izzy, wake up.
She's observantly now probably sleeping.
Oh, great. So that's everything. That's all she said. Just find the Residium.
Yep.
Good. Everyone up the ship, including Izzy.
Off. Okay.
I'm just checking. Voldress, is that in characterly intentionally withholding information, or did you miss the other line?
Oh, and they're on the way back to the ship.
Who's on the way back to the ship?
Whoever's doing this white goo.
How do we know that?
I don't know what you call it. Izzy said they're on the way back.
They're on the way back. Okay. So that means we can lay an ambush, right?
Already done.
Right as you say that, Torbran, you sense that your trap is triggered, and Voldress, your spirit guardians, are aggressively attacking something.
Someone's here.
Lothar,
Well,
sword.
then let's get going.
I will rush out
Yeah.
the door with my gun ready.
Sora will. Well, not with his gun, but Lothar is going to be quick to follow, right behind.
Okay. Before you, at the top of the gangplank, what trap did you arm?
It's a. Think of it as a classical rope trap. So you step in it and you get hurled upside down, and you're just floating in midair.
Okay, so you can see there's just a old man in a set of ropes hanging 10 feet upside down in the air, and next to him is a large silhouette of a man in armor with a great sword. He's attempting to slash at the ropes.
I will aim at the man in the great sword. If you slash that rope, I will leave a bullet hole in your kneecap.
Oh, it's you all. Well, my companion here managed to stand in something. Would you mind helping?
Who is it? Do I recognize him?
As are any of you generating a light source at this time of night?
Dark vision?
A dark vision? With the voice, the silhouette matches Bruce.
Right. So
What the hell are you doing here, Bruce?
Well, we were coming to make sure the ship was okay, knowing it's been in trouble earlier today with all of the crew having dispersed. We figured probably worthwhile making sure that someone kept an eye over it tonight. Looks like you beat us to it.
Do you usually keep an
Oh.
eye on other people's ships and just board them as you please?
When they've not paid the dock fare, absolutely.
They haven't paid their dock fare yet?
No, not yet.
But you knew I'd be watching the ship.
Can I insight check?
You can.
12.
12. You're getting some truth in what he's saying. He might be holding back, but with a 12, you also don't know this man particularly well yet.
Yeah, fair enough.
And what exactly would you be checking out on the ship? It's not like you're gonna find your
Oh.
gold for payment here.
Well, that was one of the things, to search for inventory worth acquiring and taking in absence of coin. Why? Do you know of anything worthwhile?
Maybe I do, maybe I don't. It's none of your business. It's none of your stuff.
Well, until the ship leaves, it's technically our property now.
Oh,
Looking at the situation you're in, it certainly doesn't look that way.
Yes. Now, speaking of, would you mind releasing my friend here? As the old man is just like squirming a little bit, not really saying much. But you notice his cane is on the floor, just a white cane.
let's not escalate this further than it needs to be without us knowing what the hell is going on, Torbern. Not that the organization seems to be calling shots here now.
Very well. Let me check. Is this concentration that I can just drop? No. Can I just drop
I would
this?
say if you will to release it, you can.
Yeah,
I'll always
we'll figure it out.
With an unceremonious landing, the old man is released from your trap. He instantly reaches for his cane and scruffs himself up, and with a cap on it, you see his attire neatly assembles itself.
So why don't you start telling us what you were actually doing here? I find it rather hard to believe that you would ransack a ship just because you didn't get your payment. Just because your payment was delayed. It's not even that you wouldn't get paid.
You haven't met any.
Ransack is an old choice, but as Bruce here says, we are here to look for gold to the value of the docking fees or take items other than that equating it.
Can I cast detect poison and disease?
You can do. You detect trace amounts of something from the old man. I'm not quite sure what, though.
Well, as
Oh, yeah. One sec, Toplet. As you're an old man like me, you've been around some parts. Have you ever seen a white paralyzing liquid before?
Liquid, you say? Well, there are many poisons and paralyzing things in this world, I suppose. Could be liquids. I know more of spell casting than rather than liquid effects.
Would
But that
any of
was
these
long ago.
spells make them spew up white goo?
Ooh, interesting. What makes you ask such a bizarre question?
Because the captains of this ship have been left with that quandary, should we say.
Really? How interesting. He turns and looks at Bruce.
I'm so insane.
Okay, make an insight check. What are you looking for with a 21?
To see if he like slyly when he's turning to Bruce, see if he's like, they're on to us.
All right, I'm gonna just pick Marla. Roll a d20 for me.
Oh boy.
Me? Okay.
Yeah, just roll a d20.
Slash roll 1d20. 10.
Okay, I'll just okay. This old man is convincing anyone that doesn't roll an 18 high on an insight on a passive insight. He is really playing this down. But Voldreth, you are reading this man knows far more than he's laying on.
Well, it seems we are in a little bit of an impasse here, Bruce.
I'm shooting the stairs.
You're what?
I'm glaring at them, just like
You're
giving
glaring at them.
giggles.
No.
Well, before Bruce can talk, the old man says, "I don't suppose you happen to have one of those people on board, do you? You know, if it's infectious, I might be able to lend my hand."
No, we definitely don't have one of those on board.
Really? He
Aye,
squints at
100%.
you. He's inciting you now.
They were all escorted to the
Persuasion?
chapel earlier today.
No, deception.
Oh, okay.
You've got an 18 to beat.
Ooh. Oh!
With a nat 20. Okay.
Nice.
Okay. He squints and scowls at you before changing his posture and says, "Well, fair enough. It's just, if you do come across someone, please, you can find me over at the large abandoned house." Well, I say abandoned. We call it the abandoned house, but it's not abandoned, you see. Bruce, why do we call it such silly names? Well, because it was abandoned when we found it, Nick. My friend.
Oh, the hell did we just walk into?
Ah, you. Well, actually, it seems like we walked into. I don't quite know what this is. But I'm sure.
Oh,
Didn't we just
let me.
agree this morning on potentially hiring you for a contract?
We did, but like I said, this ship. I didn't say actually, but we do have a vested interest to leave in the near future, and this ship is our only way out, and the people manning it are, well, and running it are
Fresh
people with.
constricts to the Black Rose. He finishes your sentence.
Oh, that was quick.
Oh,
Must
indeed, we
be.
have a bit of a high turnover, you see. We've got quite a few expeditions out that have come back a few people short and plenty of spaces to go around.
Ah. Let me ask you something, though. And this is.
Would you mind if we stepped inside? It's awfully cold out here.
Ah,
Points
No, we
towards the
got
captain's
here.
cabin.
We're all right here.
like I said, we're in a little bit of an impasse. I was never any good at the whole nobles talking, around each other on issues, so. But apparently my homeland's changed a lot since I've been here, so I don't know if I'm dealing with friends or not at this point, wherever I go. But just in case, if somebody wanted to start to stir something up in the city that is, well, apparently your purview right now, and they had, let's say, a non-negligible amount of powerful explosives that they could use to wreak havoc.
What a specific scenario.
Yeah, well, like I said, I'm trying to be as specific as I can with a couple of people which I frankly don't know how much I should trust, while also trying to make sure no innocent people die for absolutely no reason while I'm here. If somebody wanted to do that, what would they target in your city? Or better yet, who would try to target anything?
Yeah, probably us.
Okay. And who would try to get rid of you?
Oh, many have tried, says Bruce. Uh, as we're still here, obviously, we're quite susceptible to defending ourselves adequately. Look,
Whose side
you might
are you
have
on?
preconceived notions and connotations, but we're here and put the people here first, no matter what you hear. We give employment, we protect the town, when others who were supposed to fail to step up to the plate. And he looks sort of off in the distance.
You can speak plainly, Bruce. Show me that courtesy and I'll show you more.
What more do you want me to say? Other than it really is quite cold. Nick, would you mind? The old man sort of draws a circle on the deck with his cane and snaps his fingers, and a sort of a 3 foot high miniature bonfire erupts in flame in front of you all. Bruce
That's
puts his
useful.
gauntleted hands out towards it and rubs them together gleefully. Right.
What happened to my home,
Well,
Bruce?
you
What happened
didn't
to
say
my
you
home?
were from here.
Hmm?
You didn't say you were from Southwatch. I
I
don't
wasn't.
recognize the name.
But it's Southwatch looks nothing like it did when I left the Dominion.
Times
And-
change.
Do they? For the better or for the worse, Bruce?
Ah, you still going on about that? That whole ascension and royalty line I fed you earlier.
The Lothar just raises his eyebrow.
Oh God, you really are immune to satire. That was a joke. The bit that wasn't was the chapter house was abandoned, and a mercenary company came by and got the support of some of the members of the chapter who wouldn't abandon their post, and we formed the Black Rose.
And what exactly would make the Order of the Gauntlet, the backbone of the Dominion, withdraw from its biggest port?
He takes a step towards you, like a couple of strides. Are you at the front of the party, or you got anyone between you and him?
He would be at the front since he was speaking.
He gets right up to you. He's a little bit taller than you, but eye to eye. Twirls his moustache. And he says, I ask myself that every night before bed. And that's the truth. And he's not blinking and staring at you in the eye.
He's going to stare back, but not antagonistically. More a bit mournful.
Mhm.
I fought and bled with the Fourth Lance, and I met quite a few great men there. Commander Tancred looked like the kind of knight you'd see stepping out of a story,
Oh, even we in the third know of Tanky.
Is he still alive, by the way?
Last I heard, it'd take a whole army to take that old bastard down.
So, with men like that, what's going on in my homeland, Bruce?
More truth between the joke I told you. Political wheel is turning. However, we're a little bit too far south to hear the news in a meaningful time. So we're a little bit lagged. But shall we say, so long as enough coins still get sent in their collections, very few people come knocking. And when they do, there's enough people here. Just drop the name Black Rose and they move on with their day.
I'm going to ask you, because there are way too many questions that we do not have time for. So I'm going to ask you this. And answer honestly, if you can. What's the memory of Torm to you?
Hmm.
And what is your stance to his people?
Many men I've bled with will swear blind, place their faith still within such hope. Truthfully, those ideals left me long ago. I stand for the people of Southmarch. And Southwatch stands together.
That's good enough for me. That's good enough for me. But yes, going back, you might somebody trying to stir up stuff. So, Be watchful. Whatever watches you have placed, triple them.
I'm sure we'll be fine. Speaking of, I was hoping to find you in the tavern tomorrow. However, as I see, we'll be taking our leave early, and as you're here, there is something I did rather have in mind for you, as you look more than capable. If you were interested, should we say 500 gold pieces ahead? If you could deliver upon the contract.
What's the contract?
There's
Will that
a
find-
abandoned site not too far to the northwest. A few townsfolk have gone missing over recent weeks, and rumor has it there's something afoot at Light's Folly.
And you're stretched thin and can't spare the men. And you'll be stretched even thinner if you took my threat seriously. He's
Well,
going
it's
to look back at
more the last group just made their way back yesterday. 8 set out, 2 returned. I said we
Damn.
had vacancies.
He's going to look back at the group to see their potential reaction to taking out on a contract in their name, essentially.
What would we be up against?
Well, I'd imagine something big. It's taking people in the night that travel along the road north. Takes whole horses, whole carts, no trace.
Surely you have more intel than that.
I haven't had the debriefing just yet. There might be more to share with you tomorrow. I was hoping for an answer, but you can sleep on it. If you don't take it up, it will be given away to the next opportunity.
Torbjorn, Voldret, Ariel.
Well, I guess there's the potential for it to be
I'm inclined
some
to take
epic
it.
monster.
So that you can cook.
My eyes slowly light up. The fire of the bonfire reflecting in my eyes.
Whilst you're looking into the flames, make a concentration check for me. Constitution saving throw.
Constitution saving throw. A 20.
Okay. Moving on, as you were.
So yes, I think it's safe to assume that we're interested, as far as my companions have said.
Mhm.
We can use the coin, and quite frankly, it's going to be a welcome change of pace to help people who speak my language, for a change.
Marla, can you roll a d20, please?
Sure.
A natural 20.
Wow.
You too are unaffected.
Okay.
Would we notice anything?
Yeah.
Nope.
Okay.
So it's just like it isn't even there.
You no idea. No nothing. If we were in person, I'd be rolling these on behalf of you, but I think as we're at least in a game session, it's
It's fine. We don't
Mm.
know what they are anyway, so
Yeah,
they might as well be rolled by you. Whenever you make me roll a d20, I'm like, look, I rolled something, and then I'm like, is this a good thing?
yeah.
Is this a good Speaking of, Volja,
Yeah.
Philothar, d20s, please.
Just the 20s or con saves?
Just d20.
Ah, there we go.
So Lothar, it just feels like the right decision to definitely sign up to this right now. Same to you, Volger.
Oh,
Right.
I see what might be going on.
You were very much inclined to do it anyway.
Is he using
Yeah,
like
it's just you were
friend?
sort of hesitating, so something happened.
We could use the money, I suppose, and we could use the good food, Corbin.
How much money is it?
500
500
gold.
gold ahead. You know what that
Nice.
means? A whole 500 coins for little Voldred here.
And some supplies, if you can spare them.
What are you gonna spend it on, you old sack? Your coffin?
Hey, me, I'm a bejazzled coffin, have nothing to do with you.
I'll make sure to pick a nice one.
Hey, one condition, Mr. Bruce. I get to sleep on the ship tonight.
As you said, it's not technically our ship, but we do not permit anyone taking off with it. I trust
All
you
right.
have an
Fine.
accord, so we don't need to worry about that.
If we give you our word, we'll take your contract on. We won't be leaving anywhere.
Also,
Good,
we're
and he
waiting on
extends
the
his hand.
captains to get healed. So
One
The captains, you say?
moment.
yes.
Oh, that's the wrong thing.
Snare.
He raises an eye looking at you, Ariel. And where would these captains be?
They're in the wait, what's it called? The confessional? The chapel? The chapel. Chapel.
He looks back to the old man. They both have an exchange of glances. Very well. I believe that will be all. Tonight.
I will extend my hand to give him a handshake.
Bruce will accept it.
In his hand, he will find a bullet, and I will tell him, in my homeland,
He looks at it.
that means that I accept your deal, your offer, your request.
Nikolai shouts up and says, I would return the favor. Take this. And in your hand, after you've exchanged, you watch as a small, like, shell, some excuse of a conjured ammunition round materializes in your hand. As he does, the fire snaps out. And Bruce says, Right, Slothar. He grabs your arm.
Bruce?
And we have the macho Arnold Schwarzenegger and the arm clasp before he says, My condolences to the captains for any misfortune. We hope they get better soon.
Yeah, so do we.
They have a lot of money to pay up.
Just
You have no idea.
how much is
Oh,
the
better
docking
than
fare
most.
anyway? Just
50 gold a day. Initial mooring fee, 150 gold.
Lothar is going to look to the corner of the deck where he left the sack of valuables.
The same
See if
sack of valuables that got distributed out to the crew before they departed.
Okay, so it did get distributed. Fine.
Yeah.
Didn't remember.
It was more like returned items that had been stolen over the course of the last few weeks.
Okay. Well, it's not a lot. I'm pretty sure the captains are good for it, but they need to be walking to start, so I guess I can come by tomorrow for some information as to what we're going into and maybe some supplies for the road.
We'll come to you. Bruce will bring that all. You have a room at the tavern, or would you rather have been dropped off here?
We have a room at the tavern for the night, yeah.
Very well. Right. Well, Bruce, as Bruce is and hasn't let go of your hand in all this awkward minute, but his gaze has not left Ariel as he ripples his upper lip, his moustache flaring, it finely manicured, as he gives a little bit of a low bow in your direction and just says, I'm sure I'll be seeing all of you again very soon. As he turns and breaks eye contact from Ariel,
I assume tomorrow.
looks back to,
That's sweet.
yes, tomorrow. Yes, indeed. Sorry, I was a bit of a way with the fairies there for a second. Yes, indeed. Tomorrow, yes, I will bring yeah. What am I bringing? As he starts heading down the gangplank, as the old man starts telling him, catching up.
Storm's light ever shines, Bruce. Even when you can't see it, even when you can't see it on account of all the clouds.
Aye. So the rest of you, it means good night. He shouts back.
Ah, you were the minions.
Oh. You should meet people who are still in the order.
What do you mean? I walk with one every day. It's tiring enough.
Not. I'm not an ordersman, not anymore.
Yeah, you keep telling yourself that. We'll see about that.
Anyway,
He
what do
smiled.
people want to do before we jump to the morning?
Set up a watch.
Check on Izzy.
Okay. Check on Izzy. You open the door. Jump out the way. Double shots fired. Again. And as you step into the room, you look on the bed and you see the bed is occupied with Izzy's body lying there.
A body?
Little bit of a stir, snore as it rolls over. He's sleeping.
She's gonna hate me for this, but I need to know if those were the two.
I'll slap her across the face till we can.
Ooh, I move
Interesting.
myself to the edge of the room, to the opposite corner of the room.
You let Voldrith go first. As you go to slap her, the wrist is blocked. As you can see, a blade is pointing at your abdomen from underneath her.
That's no way to thank someone for saving your life, now is it, Izzy?
That's no way to wake someone up. No.
Oh, you said there was people coming back to the ship.
Why? Has they been?
Oh, we had an old man and a night guy.
She turns, rolls over, and faces you and stands up, sort of like abruptly before getting dizzy and sitting back down. And what did you do with them?
Well, they offered us a contract. And we were like 500 gold, yes.
Did they say anything about the residium?
Well, we didn't want to tip our hand, but in case they were the good guys, I did let them know somebody might be trying to blow the city up. What residium are you talking about, Izzy?
Nothing. Nothing. I
Izzy,
really need some more.
enough with the secrecy. We're all in this knees deep, whether we like it or not.
Some
hell
deeper
is
than others, Salazar. Some deeper than others. If you wouldn't mind, I'd really appreciate it.
Were they the bad guys that did this to you before you go back to sleep?
I don't know who you spoke with.
An old man with a white stick.
The Black Rose.
I think.
I can create a miniature version of them in my palm with minor illusion with Bruce and
Ooh,
stuff.
Ooh.
okay.
Okay.
Okay. She sort of looks up. You make a performance roll.
Okay.
See how good they are.
Pretty good.
This is a perfect miniature of both of them. And Izzy, I need you all to make anyone who's really reading her right now, please make an inside check.
Oh,
Natural
Ooh.
20 on Salothar.
finally.
Okay. For the rest of you, Izzy sits up straight, looks at the image. Salothar, you just detect the slightest drop, the evidence of recognition before it's a forced yawn, her arms stretched back as she leans back and just sort of cracks her neck and says, I'm not sure.
Izzy. He looks at her and just shakes his head. You know. The question is whether you just know these two, or these two are the ones that did your captains in.
I recognize him. She points to the image of Bruce. He's not to be trusted.
He just gave us a job, Izzy.
Nothing stopping you taking my advice or leaving it.
Actually, yes, the fact that we're blind in all of this, and nobody tells anybody anything. So there's this old proverb about people dying on their own instead of gathering around the same campfire. Is that what you and your captains are intending to do over here?
Speaking of my sister and my husband, where are they?
At the chapel.
They're at the chapel. We left them with the chaplain once we found them. He's a Tormite. If there's anything still trustworthy in this world, it's them.
I see. Well, that's good they're being tended to.
And you still won't tell us what any of this is about, because exactly why?
A deal went south. It went south fast. I thought we were all going to be. She hesitates. Up a lot of coin today,
And you weren't
and the debt would have been settled.
And you weren't because.
Apparently, we didn't hand over all the residium in the bay. You happy now?
So there was some residium left behind?
Allegedly.
Was it by mistake or was it intended?
I'm not sure. But I counted every barrel myself and we unloaded it. Which means either my sister's double crossing me or someone else is taking advantage of the situation.
I see.
As she's
And there is no.
heavy in breathing.
Well, you made most of the delivery, right?
Apparently half.
Well, still half of the delivery is better than nothing. There's a million ways in which cargo can go wrong. Who are you dealing with that they were so unreasonable?
Oh, the Rose was one. But who's pulling their strings? I won't say no.
What the hell did we just walk into again?
Let's just say, keep the Rose on your side. My dogs will keep me company. As you hear, she does a very high-pitched whistle. Doldreth, you don't hear it. Your hearing was way too short long ago. But Ariel and Salothar, you hear this like very faint whistle. And apparating at the front of the bed are the two hounds that all this time have been quietly sleeping to themselves in the cargo bay.
That was quick.
I'll be fine. Best you don't tell anyone I'm here.
Nobody knows. And just remember one thing is you are not your enemies.
Do you want to correct that statement, player?
We are not your enemies.
There we go. Okay. But I don't know if you can trust me yet either.
It's not an issue of can or can't. It's an issue of whether we even have the luxury of a choice.
Can anyone remember the names of her dogs?
If I go back far away enough, I'll find it. Okay.
I think one's like Hercules. I'm not quite sure. The big bulky one.
Hmm.
I've got Jasper and Hercules in mind.
That could be.
Maybe right. Jasper and Hercules, yes.
Right. Hercules is sniffing the air around you, Ariel. Not moving
Okay.
closer, but is clearly alerted.
Okay.
Jasper, the more playful of the two, just sort of bounds into him and they start tackling each other on the floor. As Izzy says, if you wouldn't mind, thank you for doing whatever you did. She looks at Voldrith. Would you, I had a moment whilst you were talking outside. Would you mind handing this to my sister when you find her? And she passes you a small rolled up scroll.
Consider it done.
Now, if you please, just rearm the traps on the way out. You just have to open the door all the way. It does the trick.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So do we
Goodbye.
rest? Do we go to rest? It's been quite a long day.
So what's the party doing? Are you resting? Says Ariel.
Should we drop this? Scroll off on the way back and then go to bed.
We'll drop it off
Seal.
tomorrow. Let's go to the tavern. I want to check up on those two anyway once we're done. Let's go get some rest
How
and see to the contract and whatever mess we've progressively kept getting ourselves in.
how close is that Black Rose entrance from the tavern? Is it somewhere on the way, or is it?
Other side of town. Other side of town. You'd be going out your way. The tavern is on the north side. Black Rose base is at the south. It's all commutable within an hour.
Okay. Before we leave the ship, and while we're walking to the tavern, I will cast and concentrate on locate object.
Okay.
The bullet I gave Bruce had a teeth indentation.
I knew you were doing something like that. Bastard. Okay.
1,000 feet range around me for 10 minutes. I will notice it's. I can just put it in chat. If the object is in motion, you know the direction and movement. I can sense the direction to the object's location if it's within 1,000 feet of me.
1,000 feet. I'll be nice and say you didn't take that long to have that entire 15 minutes roleplay. And we'll be smart about this so that it's not just a too late, you missed them.
No,
Right.
no, no. So that
You-
thing is marked. I know the thing. I can cast locate object whenever I want, and for the next
Yes, you
10
can.
minutes, I can then.
But what we'll say is you get a ping in the direction of the Black Rose's base,
Oh, like
the
that.
abandoned
Sure.
house, but then it steps out of range
All right.
in that direction. Okay. So I'm rewarding you for your ingenuity, but they are now out of your range.
Yeah. Okay. I just wanted to make sure that they weren't lurking around. That was the main objective.
No. Yes, you are vehemently clear that bullet is nowhere near you now. That is so smart. Amusingly, as you put your hand in your pocket where you would have pocketed the conjured bullet, there's nothing there.
What do you mean?
The bullet despawned.
I also carry real bullets.
Yeah, just the fake one that you were given.
Oh, that one. I see.
It's not there anymore.
Bastard.
Anyway, walk and talk back to the tavern.
Mhm.
Question mark? Question mark?
Think so.
Question mark? Right.
So what do you guys make of the Black Rose? Honest opinions, gentlemen, honest opinions. I've just about had enough of double talk for the evening.
Let's
Personally, I think that your tendency to associate with them based on them being of the same faith as you is terribly misplaced.
Oh, it's not because they're of the
Straight
same.
to the point.
It's not because they're of the same faith. It's because of their my homeland. But yes,
Yeah, that too.
I can see your point. But do we even have a reason not to trust them more than we wouldn't trust any other person we take a contract for?
tell me this, Lothar. Do you usually trust people who just barge in on a ship or house that's yours with no proper reason other than to collect gold without the knowledge of its owner? Which I don't know where you're from, but where I'm from, that's considered stealing.
It is, but it's predictable, and I don't think it's stealing. I think it's them enforcing some sort of a twisted protection racket.
Gotcha there.
And that warrants trust.
Based,
He's got you there.
based on predictability. It's not that I trust them, because I'm not entirely sure. It's that I'm not sure whether I can predict how they're going to act towards us. If they're just some local criminal element or mercenary gang that gained legitimacy without going through the proper channels, we know how those act, and we know the direction in which they're going. But if there's somebody else pulling their strings, and somebody easy doesn't like, and somebody potentially selling massive amounts of explosives, then that complicates things, and we just took a job for them.
This whole charade reminds me why I decided to hunt out monsters for food instead of getting tangled up in this political shenanigans with Phineas.
Say what you want about do your time with the Order, but you could at least count on them being at least straight in what they thought they were doing.
And that would be.
Keeping this land standing, which how on this god's forsaken slob of earth would they leave
That's the first good thing I've heard you say
South
about your
Wall?
homeland.
Would they leave Southwatch unattended, unguarded, and pulling out?
You know,
I'm
Lothar,
surprised the
did it
Golden Keep
ever
hasn't
occur to
gobbled it
you
up.
that when things seem out of the ordinary and too strange to be true, that maybe that's true?
Torbjorn, ever since we met, name one thing that happened that wasn't strange.
Well, it surely was amusing to see the past you drunk and all, but
Again, name one thing that wasn't completely out of the order.
Oof, that's a tall order.
Exactly. So we're already mired into whatever nonsense this is.
humans deceiving each other for wealth and power.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. That I can predict. That I can trust. It's stuff like the Golden Keep's shenanigans I can't. It's, no offense, Ariel, the kind of stuff that your realm gets up to that I can't predict. You know, you see a
The door
pickpocket.
opens to the iron anchor. You all step inside. Just continue your conversation.
Are we being followed?
Make a perception roll.
22.
You look over your shoulder. You look over the other shoulder. Let everyone else in the tavern. You're pretty convinced. There's nothing following you.
What? Well, Lothar. Never mind. Sorry. I want to say dwarves are stubborn, but something with you Dominions.
We survived the end of the world. That's, bound to leave something set in stone.
You mean the end of the world that's yet to happen, or the previous one?
The previous one. I've read the history books, Torbjorn. What we're living through right now is... You can't even call it a shadow anymore.
Well, at least you can read. That's more than I can ask of most humans.
Oh, well, most noblemen learn to read.
Which is generally why I avoid them. Anyway,
You have a point.
Excuse me for overhearing, but if you can read, the sign says keep it down at this hour, please. And breakfast will be served at sunrise. Hope to see you then.
Oh,
The
gentlemen,
barkeep interrupts you all.
I guess that's our cue.
I heard breakfast. The sooner I hit the sheets, the sooner it's time for breakfast.
Absolutely.
Well, I need to do my evening prayers, so I'm going to head out. See you all in the morning, breakfast, visit our friends in the chapel, then see about setting out.
What do we agree on with Bruce? Was he gonna meet us here?
Yeah, he's going to. Well, when asked about supplies, he said that he'd arrange stuff to be sent here.
Well, I guess we'll see that when it comes here.
Just want the world to make sense for once, he says, muttering, half to the group, half to himself, as he wanders off to his room.
I will mutter to myself, I understand why the old Lothar started drinking.
And as the night comes to a close, is there anything anyone would like to do before you hopefully get a long...
Is it story time?
Do you mean story time?
Bedtime reading.
For Voldra?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
What chapter did you turn to last in the Book of Prophecy?
Oh god. It was out of the flying pan into the fire.
Indeed. The chapter you are still pursuing. It mentions a line. Down we delved, furthermore. Sir Lothar left us with no choice. I said it would be good to turn back. We got what we came for. Well, he was insistent. The heat was beginning to build. A heat we had felt before. A heat that was not welcomed at this place. The door unlocked. I say unlocked. Unlocked by boot as a splinter of the heel shattered the door's hinges. Before us all. What we thought we had dealt with, well, we thought wrong. And sunlight billows in through the window before your eyes can read on. Did you realise you've dozed off at this point, Voldreth? As you can all mark a long rest.
Yay, mother.
Hooray.
Mana.
I had none left.
You
Yeah,
can roll
mana.
a d4. You can roll a d4 and add 2, and that's how many charges you gain on your wand of Detect Magic. Voldreth.
So I get 4.
So you get 4 charges back. It has a maximum of 10.
You depleted all of them.
Pretty much. I think he had 1 left, actually.
I used it.
Oh, roll a d20 for me. On a 2 or lower, the one's broken.
What am I rolling, sorry?
You're just a d20. On a 2 or lower, the one's broken. 9. You're fine. Whenever you spend the last charge, you need to roll a d20, and on a 1 or a 2, the one instantly breaks.
Okie dokie.
Okay. All right then. As you make your way down to breakfast, Sir Lothar, after completing your morning routine, the barkeep standing over you greets you with a note in hand, a disapproving look on his face. As you can see, a bit of a buffet spread placed before you all. The rose said this was for you. Can you just make sure it's all gone quickly? It's not very good for business.
What? Oh, this?
Yeah. He turns and goes into the back. Says, "I'll put that coffee on."
Gold wonders of the Golden Keep, huh?
She'll unfurl the scroll. I assume you read it now.
Yeah, yes, absolutely.
Companions of Salothar, please find all available utility and resources we've been able to gather. Please do pardon the tardiness. The stains were somewhat fresh, and it was more important to get the goods back into circulation than to tidy them up. I trust this will be sufficient. Happy
He
hunting.
looks the items over to see exactly what the.
Well, there's nothing here. You ask the barkeep, and he says they're outside.
Mhm.
As you go outside, there is a wagon parked at the front door. The wagon
Okay.
itself, you can make an investigation roll, and we'll see what the wagon's stocked with.
14.
14. You have a choice of a dozen martial weapons and simple weapons. You have 6 blood-stained black rose tunics, a collection of shields, some ceremonial-looking iron or steel, you're not quite sure, helmets, 3 new yet worn backpacks, each seemingly stocked with a supply of rations and general dungeoneering equipment. Essentially, if you guys wanted to, dungeoneer backpack. If you wanted to add that straight to your inventory, the contents of them. But there's 3 of them.
He's going to call Steadfast as the first thing in the morning and attach one of the backpacks to a saddlebag. What do the helmets, the ceremonial looking helmets, actually look like?
They're all the same. They're full metal plate faced. They've got eye slits, but they've also got circular breathing slits, like 24 rows or so around where their mouth would be. But the mouth hinges open with a hinge on the right hand side.
Good enough.
The full face is revealed when it's opened. Otherwise, it fully encases the head.
Okay, yeah, he takes one for good measure. Also packs on of the tunics and just waits outside feeding Steadfast an apple while the others
Okay.
come to.
And so, anyone have anything you want to do for this breakfast? Or you're all ready to head out on your adventure?
Is it just Lothar that picks up some stuff?
For now.
I
I'm
could
just
use
gonna.
some rope. That's part of the
I
Devoneer
think
spec.
there's
Yeah, 50 feet.
I think 40 or 50 feet of rope in the backpack.
50 feet rope.
Yeah, we have it in the adventurers kit that we start out with.
Yeah, I used it at
Mhm.
some point.
Okay. I still have mine.
I don't think.
Anyway, I'm just gonna eat breakfast basically. Maybe take something
Alright.
for the road as well. Like little.
Okay. Add 2 more rations to inventory.
Yeah, yeah.
What is a python?
Piton.
A piton?
It's what you stick on your feet to clamp your. Sorry, piton is not. No, that's the clampons.
Oh, it's one of
The
the
piton
hooks.
is what
Yeah,
you drill into
the mountain
like
for the
ice
rope.
walls and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see. Sure, I'll take some pitons.
Well, you have the 3 packed backpacks there if you want them. So
Sure,
Lothar's got one on his horse.
I'll just add No, I'll just specifically add the pitons. Don't need to double up on everything.
So Torbjorn's rifling through and
Yeah.
dismantling and disassembling it. He's just taking what he wants
I
out
know
of it.
exactly what I need. I don't need all the extra weight.
Okay. Anyone else? Voldreth. What are you taking in particular?
I'm gonna look for some more comfy shoes.
Okay. Armored or leather?
These could be armored.
Okay. You find there's a underneath that Sir Lothar had overlooked. There's a small little shelf, and you see there's 3 sets of bloodied sabatons.
Oh, fit like a glove, these do. Like brand new.
And then I'll take some of the cooked meat from the breakfast.
Okay. You can also add 2 rations.
Oh, and then if there's like any water, I'll take some water as well.
There's some water skins in the backpack, so you asked to fill that up at the tavern. No problem. All right. Having taken stock of your recent donation of supplies, who do you inquire as to get directions to Light's Folly?
Before we actually depart, Lothar is going to, since he has a horse, he's going to go to the chapel to check on the 2 guests and also drop the letter.
Okay. Has anyone read the letter?
No, I think it's on my person. I'm keeping privacy.
Oh, is he interested in me? Does that mean
Well-
I get a horse ride?
No, get a move on. Keep up.
Oh, you're no fun.
Look, if you fall and break your neck, I don't want that on me.
As you arrive at the chapter house, as previously anointed, the Tormite opens the door. Gives a little bow to you, Sir Lothar. So, oh, please come in, my son.
We have, how are the guests?
Sort of the same, stable, mending. It'll be like this for a few days, I would imagine.
Are they
Probably 1 or 2
conscious?
more. One of them is.
Which one?
The wuss.
We have a letter for the gnome.
He extends his hand.
I look at Voldred.
Oh, fine. There you go.
See to it that
Thank
she
you.
gets it when she comes to.
When she comes to, of course.
And that concludes it here.
Very well.
Light of his sword, brother chaplain, he says, inclining his head.
Protected by his shield.
Then he inclines his head in answer again and turns around and moves out.
You Dominion people and all your rituals, tallness, blah de blah like this. God
Huh?
damn it.
What?
You always say something about the light and torment. I don't understand it.
What don't you understand? It's traditional greetings for the most part.
Whatever happened to hello and goodbye?
Not in the Dominion. Not in the Dominion, Voldred. You see, when the gods were cut out,
We are walking and talking. If you wish
the
to
last,
continue
Yes.
this.
Yes.
the last act, what amounted to a warrior god for the people of Arling, his very last act was to give his people a blessing that made sure they would have what to eat in the coming calamity. That breeds a special kind of loyalty into his followers. The Dominion would not exist without Torm's blessing. Whatever he is now, whether he's watching or not, I'm not sure that's relevant anymore. He's as much as a symbol of this land as the people themselves. You won't get them to change their traditions.
So, to interrupt the narrative exposition dump, the question is, who asked who for directions to Light's Folly?
I assume there's someone with the cart.
Oh, we are walking out of this once we're close to the city guards guarding the exit. I'm assuming we can ask questions.
Sure. There's only two Black Rose individuals with halberds and shields guarding a somewhat excuse of a northern road out of here.
And Lothar would ask for directions.
You get given them. It's more to the north. Light's Folly is embedded into a cliff face.
What was it? Light's Folly,
Oh.
before it was a ruin.
Who knows? Some say it was a mine. A mine!
That would explain the name. See, hear that, Voldred, Torbran?
Aye,
You can feel at home.
Oh,
I
me
will.
picky
I will
axe is
give him.
ready.
I will give him an annoyed, stern look.
Hey, I've got
Typing
coffee.
me much.
Look, I'm not saying you dwarves are all the same. I'm just saying you look the same. He says,
I've already pulled
barely
out
trying
my
to contain his
pickaxe.
laughter.
You pulled
My
out
face
Safi.
gets even angrier.
And as the party continues to grow more and more internal hatred and debacle, you ride on out on your wagon pulled by your trusted steed named
Steadfast,
Steadfast.
which has the look of a very expensive, muscular, black warhorse with glowing yellow eyes.
It's about
Pulling
a
apart.
half day's journey north. And from what you were explained to, it's a bit off the beaten track. But there's a large hill, probably about 100 meters tall, littered in amongst some of the tree line that's here. You have half a day's worth of travel to kill. Any role playing, or should we just jump to? Just conscious of the time, that's all.
Day's never finished. Master got me work.
That's it. Done.
I will once
Very
again
well.
check if we're being followed real quick.
You can make a perception roll, but if anyone is wanting to lead the way, it will be Salothar making survivals or somebody else who is attempting to guide.
I will request Torbren actually guiding the party because he's a resident survivalist. And Lothar
Sure.
actually trusts his competence.
All right.
I'll give
Right.
guidance.
All right then.
Let's check so we don't get lost.
So
All
survival
right, so
check.
perception first to look for behind you, and then survival with guidance thereafter.
All right, and then guidance dash roll
On a 13,
2d4. So it's a 14 and a 10.
okay. On a 13 for your perception,
14.
14,
Guidance.
14. So the 14 for the perception, that does make a difference. You catch slinking up on one of the rooftops of the far exit building just as you leave. Just the split moment of a tail that you recognize, attached to a large, hulking, muscular, hound-like creature. As you just catch the back of Hercules heading back over on the other side of the roof, out of sight.
Hmm.
With that thought in your mind, as Salothar instructs you to sit up front with him, you head on out on your journey. Now, what did you roll for your survival, sir?
A 10.
10. All right. Yep, this way, you say as you follow the road. Bit longer. As you can make another survival roll for another hour of the journey.
1d4. 17.
Total of 17. You sort of cotton on the horizon. The tree line is having some dips and bows, but you can see there's a bit of an ascent coming up. It's a good ways travel away, but you think you might have perhaps spotted the outside of it, or at least in the distance on the horizon line. Another bit of travel later. One more roll, please.
Let's roll 1d4. Another 17.
Another 17 makes the difference. Makes the difference, that guidance. So, after 3 hours, a bit more, the sun high in the sky at this point, denoting probably just after midday. You approach on the road, you can see tracks fresh into this, not mudden road, not dirt track, but a little bit of cobblestone, well-traversed medieval road. And you can see cart wagon tracks, deeply grooved, that veer rapidly off into the tree line, about 100 meters ahead of you. They head in a western direction, which tracks with the description and orientation of where Light's Folly ought to be. As you pull closer, you now run parallel to where the tracks deviate and go with a rampant, almost very abrupt turn. And you can see damage dealt to some of the trees immediately bordering the road,
What kind of
heading
damage?
inwards. Like something's scraped alongside parts of it, gouges in the bark.
Would I be able to discern what creature it could have been based on those marks?
Yeah, it looks about 5x4, probably made of wood, had 2 big wheels,
Oh,
probably a wagon.
I see. Okay.
Not very many feral wagons out in these parts of the woods, though, these days.
A wagon.
However,
Hmm.
do you pursue? Or do you want to say stop for the night here and see what comes in the darkness? What do you wish to do?
Hmm.
You would have several hours to kill as you're just past midday at this point.
Can we see Light's Folly already, or is that still out of
No, just you get the impression
front?
you're about in the right direction for a right location. There's a mound off towards the left-hand side of the road, due west of your current location. It's 200-300 yards away. Tree line is covering that, but you know it's in this general direction.
With some
So
hours to
Bruce told
kill, we should probably.
Bruce told us that
Hmm.
the thing pulls people off the road.
True.
I'm guessing at night.
Yes, I believe you said that. But with some hours to kill, I
So-
suggest we take a look at Light's Folly.
Are we that close?
200 yards for the tree line, according to the narrator.
That's a funny name for a map you've got there.
No map was provided, I will note that.
Oh, might as well.
We can always return.
So yeah, lead the way. If we can go have a look, we can go have a look. We still got hours to burn.
Make a survival roll, whoever is following these tracks. And are you taking the wagon or are you going on foot?
Oh, so there is also a wagon right there. I see.
No, you're in a wagon and you're
Oh,
following
we
the
took a.
wagon's tracks
I
from
see.
something else.
I will go on foot.
I would recommend not separating the wagon. Ariel calls from the wagon. Maybe we shouldn't split the party, just saying.
Okay, well, you can follow behind with the wagon. Are there any like footprint types of tracks, or is it just wagon tracks?
You're gonna have to make a nature check for that one.
A nature check. Do I still have guidance, Ariel?
Yeah, I can give it to you.
You can apply it at will, really.
So you can. It takes like
All these
one
rolls
action
are
to cast.
really 11.
The ground here is dried, covered in winter fall of leaves, etc. Not all the trees are bare, but there's still quite a lot of obscuring vision. But there's nothing that's been displaced recently. But you can still make out the markings of the wagon wheels.
Okay. I will lead in front of the cart, but I will prepare a dodge action to jump out of the way in case anything happens. I am very wary of the current situation.
Okay. The challenge you will have is there is a very narrow path between these trees. And as soon as you clear the first two trees that you were traveling between, it's very apparent that whatever happened to the previous wagon, it was being dragged aggressively as your wagon just catches on the next two trees.
So the wagon can't go any
You
further.
you would have to separate the trees somehow if you wanted to do.
Separate the trees.
Yeah. As you actually sort of investigate, you see there's like a large groove in both of them, just a little bit higher up, indicating the wagon that went through was a bit taller than yours.
Hmm. Well, doesn't look like the wagon's gonna fit through here. Unless we wanna uproot an entire tree. as I move my cat away.
Let's
Torbran's cat was typing.
So we either continue by foot or
Up under a tree, you see. Oh, Safi, apparently you can cut through the rock. I'm sure you can cut through a tree.
yeah, let's not make too much noise and waste too much time and exert ourselves just to make it comfortable.
If you remember, this thing
my
cuts
cat
through
is
stone
typing.
like butter.
The ancient script of cat. What does it
It'll be
mean?
down in a
Meow.
jiffy.
It'll be down in a jiffy, you say?
Aye, Safi, yeah, cuts through rock like butter.
So what's the party doing? Are you felling trees to clear away, or are you going on foot? The choice
Oh,
is yours.
I
we
will.
can leave the.
Can
I
we
can.
maybe hide the wagon and go on
Yeah,
foot?
I can take steadfast. You guys and just hide the wagon. It's not far. We'll be back. Short time.
Why would we hide the wagon?
Yeah.
Well, you're into the first row of trees. You're just no further.
We can
So
just
you're
leave the
off the
wagon
road.
as bait, can't we? I mean, after all, we'll need to get the monster to show itself if we want to take it down.
If it's a monster and not just a bunch of clever brigands.
Regardless, we need to bait them out.
True, but right now we're just going to take a look, right?
Let's just say I'm gonna take a look with a loaded rifle in my hand.
Is there any other proper way to take a look?
My point exactly.
I would like you to make an investigation check if you're trying to look for the entrance to the mine.
Investigate. Oh, never mind.
Oh my god.
Cat,
Is
stop.
that a natural one for a 0?
That is a natural 1 for a 0.
Well,
Double.
Torbran,
Wow.
And that's it. Campaign over.
Torbran.
Whoa, Voldred. We're in
Torbran,
one of those singularities again where we can only roll 1 or 20.
I don't know. Excuse me. I need the party to tell me what the hell distracts Torbran for a critical
A
fail.
fox.
What is an adequate thing?
A fox that he hasn't seen before that he wants to cook.
Okay. Potential lunch. Okay.
Lunch.
Yeah, that seems
Ooh.
Torbran-y.
Out of the corner of your eye, following this track, you just hear a rustle in some bushes. And you just see as a fat fox, startled by your movement, sprints off
I pursue.
in a southern direction, back down towards Southwatch, where you've come from, but through the tree line, dodging and weaving. And unfortunately, you lose sight of the tracks you were following as a result. Though you are now at the base of some kind of mound, itself overgrown with trees growing out of it, and shrubbery lining the base of it.
So we're looking for a mine.
Oh, something that sticks out from the mountain's face.
Is there a mountain face that we can see?
No, just a smooth, like grassed over hill.
What mountain did you have in mind,
Sure.
Lothar?
Isn't that what the guard said? Something off, carved into the cliff face? It was my mind playing tricks on me.
I don't
At
see a
best,
cliff
perhaps
might-
face.
hillside.
Yeah, they said it was a mine, an entrance to a mine, so that might be what we're after.
Guess we're just gonna have to walk along it.
As you spend the next hour orbiting this mound, you almost see yourself doubling back before you realize, if you imagine you were like 10 degrees away from the door when you started,
We went the other way.
but then you went all the way around. And behind one of the large shrubs that you'd lost the track and traces, you find the mouth to a mine shaft. Various bits of lumber, timber, and tools scattered throughout the outside, but the first thing that does catch your senses is the smell of dried blood.
I will ready my weapon.
Sword drawn.
I assume it's dark inside here.
It is indeed. You can see hanging lanterns currently extinguished, with your dark vision lining every 20 feet or so, as the passageway naturally itself turns downwards to the right. Casters, what are you preparing?
Hmm.
My spiritual weapon.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think I'll do the same, just in case.
Describe them both for me.
Hmm.
Mine will be a floating pickaxe as we're in a mine.
I was wondering if it was going to be a floating candle. Go on. Floating pickaxes.
Ariel's is a silvery rapier.
Okay, a silvery rapier. And so, who is leading the party into the mine? Or are you too scared to go underground?
Well, Lothar is going to light the lantern on his belt and step in and suggest Torbrin follows closely behind
I
and call the directions in which they're supposed to go.
Wait, you want me to tell you that? Or are you gonna do that?
Yep, I'm going to stay in front, so if anything comes at us, it has to go through me first, but
Sure.
for all intents and purposes,
Ooh.
you know your way around pretty much anything better than I do.
Oh, can I also prepare my Find Familiar spell, please?
Sure thing.
It takes the form of a little duck.
Okay. And what do you do with your quackling?
It follows beside me. Um,
Mind you, I would be casting spiritual weapon as a kind of ready action that I keep resetting. Because it only lasts for 1 minute, and we shouldn't waste it while we're in combat.
Yeah. Okay then. So, without any light, how are you seeing at the front, Sir Lothar?
He grabbed the torch, did he
I
see
have
it?
a lantern on my belt.
Lantern.
You have a lantern. Okay. As the lantern illuminates the way for you,
I would
as
suggest
you
that
follow,
that Torbran, Ariel, and Foldred stay out of the lantern's light radius behind him.
well, you can pass two abreast in this width of the corridor.
So what's the range of the lantern? Is it like 10 feet bright?
Is it not a bit bigger than that?
I don't know.
Oh.
Indeed.
Oh, good question. What is?
Bright light in a hooded lantern is 30 foot bright light. Okay, that's too far away. We'll just follow Lothar.
Okay. All right. So, as your human scout leads the way, you see on either side of this mine the start of what seems to be a railway system. Tracks leading down. But to your left-hand side, there's almost a large open area. And you can see in there markings of about a wagon's width apart, probably made by wheels. Splintered wood, barrels half opened, demolished. No wagon here. You also would find two skeletons slightly behind the first pillar on the way down to descend further. One lying on top of the other. Their bones now interchanged. Do you push on?
Is there
What's
any
that natural 24? I can see it, but I can't see what the spell is.
the what?
Audra?
Allow us to find the mine entrance, nothing for the actual thing.
Sorry. Okay.
Is there any
Carry on, Tolbert.
blood that we can already see or?
You can smell blood. But there's no sight of blood here.
Hmm.
And these are skeletons. There is no fabric, no muscle, no blood. It's straight bone.
I will take out my arcane lens and investigate the skeletons and down the hallway as far as I can see at least. See if there's any magical shenanigans going on.
Okay, make an Arcana check with advantage.
Arcana check with advantage. Wow, these rolls are so garbage. That's a 2.
Nothing that you can detect at this moment in time. There is a residual amount, however, of some kind of light, or like a reddy hue from each of the lanterns, but it's very faint. In fact, so faint it would be you're not even sure if you're just seeing things at this point.
Alright. I will animate Pebble and I will let Pebble walk 20 feet ahead of us at all times as we push
Alright then.
onwards.
As the descent continues, you corkscrew back on yourselves in an anti-clockwise direction. As the mine takes a turn, you're feeling that you're going quite far down. The smell of blood intensifying. As you're going down, are you going down in silence? Are you attempting to be stealthy? Or are you just going
I
for
would try
stroll?
to be somewhat stealthy, but I specifically will let Pebble make noise. It'll make him hop about make it sound like a stone that is sort of slowly tumbling down.
All right then. The only thing that interrupts the sound of a skipping pebble down a railroad track is the occasional drip that echoes out this cavern. And after about 10 minutes of this winding descent, you hear another drop. As Philothar, your lantern reveals a creak in a wood.
A creek
You
in.
can see a creak in a beam overhead. And on it, you can see there is some dripping substance.
I will
Drip
lift
in front
the
of you.
lantern from my belt with my free hand. Peer
It's a deep
closer.
crimson color. It drips onto the floor. You can just see a small puddle that's there. Seems to be the source of this dripping noise you've been hearing.
He kneels and takes a look at it. Does it look like blood?
It does indeed.
Looks around for a potential source. Blood just doesn't come out of wood.
Well, as you follow it back through, you can see it sort of peeping from the roof. But this beam itself is coming out of the wall that's not previously come from the floor above. There's a support beam leading into the wall structure of this mine system.
Torben, what do you make of this?
What, fresh blood leaking from the ceiling as I aim my gun up? Can I see some? Is the ceiling high? Is it like all the way on top of the spiral
No,
area?
you're only going down sort of like a 6 foot, 7 foot clearance at any point here.
Right, so the blood is just leaking from a beam in the ceiling.
It is. Have you still got the arcane lens equipped?
I
You looking
mean,
through it?
yeah, probably. I mean, I would be looking
All
through
right.
it.
As
See
you
the
look up,
visuals.
there is just a blur of blue magic, like a 3 by 3 feet of space directly where Salota's pointing.
In the ceiling.
Yeah.
There's magic up there. Is the ceiling illuminated?
No, other than by Salota's lantern.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Anything out of the ordinary at ceiling other than the blood leaking out?
No, it just looks like, as it is any further down the mine shaft and preceding it.
This is no normal
Just wooden
part of
slat.
the ceiling. Lothar, get ready.
Take a shot at it. Whatever you think you see, take a shot.
I will put a snare down where I am right now. Ooh, wait, let me double check what the preparation for that is, because that might actually be really long. 1 minute cast time. Let's not risk that. Do I just Lothar? Should I just shoot it? Is that really the best idea?
Well, no. You're in a
Yeah,
cave.
Yeah, that'll echo.
Lothar is actually going to use a sense good and evil.
I will step back so I'm not under it.
You get a strong sense of evil about a singular pulse About 4.5 feet above you, Slotha.
Yeah, shoot at it.
Uh,
Above me, some 4.5 feet.
4.5 feet, you say?
That puts it into the ceiling, right into where that 3x3 is from your perspective.
I will shoot buckshot for a change of pace. DC 15 dex save with disadvantage because it's within 5 feet.
Okay. So you're moving to stand right underneath it as well?
Slightly off axis, so it would probably just be 5 feet. So if it would drop straight down, it would be right in front of me.
Make your attack roll.
It's a save on your part for the shotgun shot. DC 15
Okay.
dex save with disadvantage.
Go ahead and roll damage.
20 piercing, magical.
How loud is the echo in here, do you think?
You would probably, if you were outside at the entrance, you would probably hear it faintly.
Okay.
That will travel hundreds of feet down, probably.
As Avalanche awakens the silence of this tomb, this chamber, this mine. There is a huge blood splatter that comes out of the ceiling as the pellets pierce through the ceiling, but there's no rubble, there's no shock. The bullets just go straight through it as if it's not even there. And blood comes oozing out, drenching you if you would be underneath it.
Yeah, the moment it stalls to... Sir Lothar is going to try and jump a step back.
Okay.
What in the nine hells was that?
Nothing else happens.
No?
Hmm.
What's the other two members of the party doing? As Torbjorn has just shot into the ceiling.
Yeah, I mean, bloody ears. Jesus.
Watch your back, old man.
Oh,
We
I'll
don't know what
turn
we're
around.
dealing with. Uh,
I'll look behind us.
Nothing behind you that you can see. Nothing unexpected.
And nothing fell from above aside from a large splatter of blood.
I will peek
Maybe a
through
bit
the
of
arcane lens. Has anything changed? Still just magic blue?
still just magic blue.
The hell?
I will shoot again.
Getting the sense that blue perhaps denotes illusion.
Oh. Huh.
Well, might as well just keep going and keep our eyes open. Besides, the noise of that probably alerted a whole bunch of whatever else is in this mine, so keep your eyes doubly peeled.
I will take a minute to lay a snare between the
Okay, well
egg.
as you begin to lay it down,
Mm-hmm.
A huge mass falls on top of Salothar as Salothar starts to move on. Make a strength saving throw for me, Salothar.
Okay. 12?
Don't you have bonus to
You're
saves?
pinned.
No, it's supposed to be a 15. Yeah, because I have the bonus.
Okay. With a 15, you're not pinned, but you sort of just about move out of the way in time as a large bloated corpse drops from the ceiling with several punctured holes of buckshot notably visible through it. It lands, it just detonates in a awfully foul-smelling explosion of guts and blood, and a bit of a fumes begin to evaporate around you, sort of filling this part of the cave.
Yeah, let's move. Let's move further down.
Put it down, put it down.
What was that, Marla?
Nothing.
The
Ignore
echo,
me.
probably.
Oh, the
Yeah,
echo.
yeah.
I see.
I will forgo laying the snare just so we can make haste.
Okay. As you continue your descent, can I have a perception roll from the leader, please?
I'd be in front, but Torbern would be actually calling the shots and keeping an eye peeled. So who rolls?
Yeah, but I need to see who falls into the trips and traps and pitfalls that are in here.
That's probably Lothar.
Oh god.
With a 5. You get about 20 feet further forward before Slothar just falls straight through the floor. The light goes out of your sight. Slothar, you're free falling.
Okay, not good. He's going to try and reach around, see if there's anything he can grab.
And you steady yourself on this cold surface, this sharp dragginess. You take 1 point of slashing damage as you slide down the wall before a massive crunch as you hit whatever some kind of bottom is. You reckon that was maybe 15 feet,
Ouch.
maybe a bit more? You take 4 points of bludgeoning damage on impact as well.
Ugh.
Echoing up
Lothar, you okay?
I'm
as you
alive.
step
I'm
up
fine.
to where he was, but there's no hole in the floor.
Oh. I look through the arcane lens. Is it blue again?
There is another 3x3 blue section.
I see.
Do I hear Torbern?
Yeah, you hear him.
I'm down here.
I will sort of with my hands feel where the illusion starts and I will stick my face through the illusion.
Okay. If you look down, Tobrin's head appears in the ceiling, Solothar, if you angle up the lantern.
Okay, so now we know where the corpse came from. And that not a lot of whatever's here looks like it's supposed to. Throw some rope down, will you?
On it, on it. I will. How deep is he? Does a 50 feet rope make it?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
I will
About
throw.
20 feet of rope needed for this.
Ariel, could use some light
I have some.
deeper in the cave.
Ah, sure.
I don't really
I'll do
want to
some
get
dancing lights.
backstabbed or front stabbed.
Yeah,
And
yeah. Fair.
goes without saying. Watch your feet.
I'm casting some
Just let me
dancing
do the
lights
walking.
for
I'll stick in
children.
front of you. I will use a rope and I will try to pull Lothar back up.
I mean, he's going to try and climb, not just
Yeah.
let himself be
What is
pulled.
it? Repelling, but then upwards.
Ascending.
Ascending.
Well, as you climb a few feet up, the sound of your feet attempting to gain purchase on this jagged mine shaft that you're within, that's when you first hear it. The
Hear what?
displacement of cold, air being replaced by warm, foul-smelling air. The first displacement of heavy footfall. Thud, thud, thud.
What direction is it coming from? From deeper inside the mine?
Voldreth,
Yes.
as you turn behind you, as you were sort of at the back, that heavy, warm air is right behind you as those steps stop. You feel the uncomfortable presence of something directly looming over you.
Oh, okay. I am going to cast a Misty Step to go forward 30 feet.
Okay. Torbjorn, you watch as Voldreth appears further down the mine shaft ahead of you.
I was gonna laugh so hard if he
Behind
Misty
you!
stepped on top of the trap.
Ariel, do you look behind you?
Yeah, of course.
Cool. As you do, their only way to describe this creature is a mass of teeth
Oh my god.
Goody.
filling the wall space behind you. As you watch as the bloated corpse remains just gets swallowed up into this grinder as it moves down the tunnel, thudding, 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 thudding in your direction. And that's where we'll end it for tonight's session.
Ooh.
Ah. You were waiting for this cliffhanger, weren't you?
Well, I got you on one. I finally was like, right, time to go.
Nice.
Thank
So come
God
back
for
next
Misty
session.
Step.